This Sunday is Father's Day and National Watch Day, so it's a perfect occasion to pick out a fancy timepiece.
Okay, Molly, Timepiece Riehl is live in Sacramento with a look at some options this morning. Hey, you.
Timepiece, love that. Yeah, what a great way to celebrate. We're at Hamilton Jewelers in the pavilions. Of course, they have a beautiful collection of watches, but their newest collections, these are watches. These are some of the most iconic, timeless, if you will, watches in the world, and this is the only place you can get some of these watches in the entire valley. This is Dan. Daniel. He is the owner and a self-proclaimed watch geek. He's been telling me about these watches, just kind of shaking because he's so excited. So Daniel, you are fresh off a trip to Switzerland, kind of the watch capital. This is the fruits of your trip. Tell us about these pieces and how special they are.
Each of these are iconic in their own right. Switzerland was such a pleasure, as it is every year. The piece that we're starting with in the front is the first wristwatch ever made for men in 1904. Before this model, wristwatches were worn by women and men carried pocket watches. This is the Cartier Santos. We are very fortunate to have this selection that we did not have days ago. You're zooming in on a piece with blue dial, silver dial, the classic steel, and then the all-black ADLC, which is incredibly collectible. And in the back is the Cartier Tank, which was presented to General Pershing after we liberated Paris after World War II.
I love the history behind it. You know, for the first ever wristwatch, they did a pretty good job designing. Cartier kind of knows what they're doing, don't
they?
Yes,
they do. Yes, and nothing has changed about the design. A slight tweak since 1904. It's iconic and enduring.
Now these ones are the ones that really speak to me personally.
These are Breitling. These are the Navitimers, which was a very important pilot's watch. It just had the 70th anniversary. It was first introduced in 1952. Breitling invented the 3-button chronograph, which almost all watch manufacturers use now. And these are very, very collectible pieces in shades of pastel, blue, copper, a bright green, and then here's one in all gold.
Okay, so pilot's watch. So for like Top Gun fans out there, this might be something sweet.
It might be something very sweet for Top Gun fans.
And then we go from pilots to racers.
Exactly right. That's the Chopard Mille Miglia. Chopard has sponsored for decades the Mille Miglia race, the 1,000-mile race in Italy. These are all watches, limited edition pieces dedicated to that race. We even have one off to the side that has a power reserve indicator that is set up like a fuel gauge. All in-house movements in all of them, and these are just I am a watch geek. You're absolutely right. They make me crazy looking at the selection watches. They're beautiful, and we're proud to have them.
They are beautiful. You know, you were talking to me about how watches, the popularity of them really kicked up from the pandemic, and it was kind of this sense of being sentimental about what you own, kind of investing in something that will continue a legacy. You know, if you got this watch, it will be passed on for generations. They made it in 1904 and it's still doing pretty well, so probably can last a few generations.
Exactly right. Yes, all of these are really iconic and enduring, and I will say that clients have turned to pieces of real lasting and enduring value that stay in families for generations, and we're just very, very proud to have every single one of these. We're very proud to have Breitling, Cartier, and Chopard.
Yeah, and not just something that's stunning to look at, but something, you know, people could compliment you and you could say, well, you know the history behind it.
Exactly
so
right.
For history buffs, that's also special too. Now, last time I was here for a Valentine's Day segment, you kind of decorated me in some fancy jewels. I'm still smiling from it. We thought for this segment, Mr. Terry behind the camera there,
hello,
we might dress up his wrist, see what that looks like on him.
How about a copper dial Breitling Navitimer in 43 millimeter all
Man, that's a
steel
good-looking watch.
Terry, you
with
need
a
it.
slide rule on the bezel. That is a phenomenal timepiece. It's not bad on you, Terry.
Right?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good, Terry. What do you think? How's it feel?
Oh, I'm geeked out right
That's a little hint to Terry's family that he might need a watch gifted to him.
I think
There
that
we
would look good
go.
with his
There we go.
motorcycle,
Looks
too.
good on you, Terry. I think so. Looks good with his motorcycle, probably, huh?
Motorcycle, perfect. It's a big, thick, padded alligator strap that's stitched. you might have to lead with it.
Thank you for showing off your collection and for the history lesson too. I just love hearing the passion, that comes from you is just so special. You clearly love what you do.
I do. Thank you, Molly, very, very much. It's nice to have you back in the store.
Thank you. And happy early Father's Day and National Watch Day
Right.
to all of you fathers and watch nerds out there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, Terry is a
Show
dog
it off
dad.
one more time,
He's got
Terry.
True.
Bailey,
Yeah.
Bailey the pooch.